Welcome back to another reading from the Lyndon Technique book by Amy Lyndon. Surprise, surprise. Very cool. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I sound dumb, so maybe I should start over. But also, maybe I should keep it real. Hey there, and welcome back to another reading from the Lyndon Technique. Today I'm going to be doing chapter 3. And I'm hoping to learn a little bit more about what kind of voices work best for this, because I don't actually know a lot about how ASMR works. I don't even get tingles. I never made an about me, hey, meet me video, but yeah, maybe I'll do that later. But I'm gonna see if maybe this is a little bit more pleasant as opposed to the harsh whispering that I don't actually like as much. I think that maybe a softer voice might just work better for me and for you. Hopefully, we'll find out. So, chapter 3, Baby Beans. Also, I made more effort with my appearance because Lyndon Technique Chapter 2's video, I looked back at it and I was like, you can put as many LUTs, which is a fancier word for filter, on that as you want. It ain't gonna fix it. So, but anyway. I don't know if my microphone can capture that, but we're on to Guideline 3 today. And it says, what is the character's emotional state of mind at the top? Your emotional state of mind has to be in place before you even open your mouth. 90% of your work is done before you walk in the door. The reason I say that is because if you don't have 90% of your work done before you walk in the door, the rest of your time will be spent running after emotions in the scene. Running after the emotions in the scene. If your emotional state of mind is not in place, you will play the emotion and not feel it. And if you don't feel it, neither will anyone else watching you. I'm reading these and then I forget what I said, so I want to make sure I learn it too. Okay, if you heard whatever noise that was, it came from my arm, I promise. Find out where your opening emotion is for you. If it is distraught, hook into your emotional reservoir and find out where distraught is for you. This is the jump-off point and foundation for 90% of the scene. If your opening emotion is weak, then you will pick up the energy in the room, fall out in the middle of the scene, and spiral down from there. That's comforting. You need to be setting up your opening emotion outside in the waiting room. If you are still breaking down the scene in the waiting room, then you didn't do enough homework. I hate homework. Only concentrate on your emotional state of mind at the top. This will carry you throughout the entire scene. When you throw yourself into the opening emotion, the chances of taking in anything counter to the story is nil. You need to relate on a deep personal level. For example, if you've never been a drug addict, how are you going to play one? What do drug addicts go through? They go through a lot of drugs. No, I know, and all kinds of other stuff, but let's talk about withdrawal. Have any of you not eaten for a while, become lightheaded, and felt like you were going to bite someone's head off? Yes, Amy Lyndon, I sure have. All the time. What if you're like that all the time, even when you are eating? That's another problem for another day and another book. I know that's a little extreme, but that's how a drug addict feels when they go through withdrawal. I'm gonna stop making so many comments. Okay, whatever, I'll make my comment. It was just that it's not that extreme. I mean, drug addiction is really serious. Oh, maybe she means that if you haven't eaten, it's not that big of a reaction. It is that big of a reaction for me, though. Anyway, in order to fully understand their emotional state of mind, you need to multiply it by 1,000. Sit with each feeling and find it. It's the feeling that needs to be found, not the situation. You need to find the situation whereby you felt that way. Locate the button inside you that connects to that feeling. Then meditate and rehearse that button. The situation will take you out of the story. The emotion will not. You can take something small and build it up within yourself until it becomes really big. You've got to sell it to yourself so that you can sell it to someone else. But if you don't understand how to connect the emotions of a drug addict, then you're not going to embody it. Find it. Feel it. Find out why a person is behaving a certain way. If you understand that, then you'll understand the person. And then this one is bolded and italicized. If you do not understand your character, you cannot play the character. Get out of your head and into your heart. Do whatever you need to do to understand the character, even if it takes doing cocaine. I'm just kidding, she didn't say that. Do whatever you need to understand the character, even if it takes you all day asking yourself questions like, why would I do that? Why would I kill my father? Whew. Bolded, always ask yourself, why? In this case, you might ask yourself these questions. How did he hurt me? Maybe I'm feeling abandonment. Maybe he abused me. Where is abandonment for me? Have I ever been abused? Where is abuse? Where is abuse and hurt for me, emotionally? You need to dig deep within yourself, because you have to understand the exact emotion. Why should I buy it if you don't buy it? Let me emphasize a different word in that sentence. Why should I buy it if you don't buy it? Find that opening emotion and create the discipline to set it in place before you begin your read. Do not start until it is in place. The house will fall without the foundation. When it falls, you'll fill all the holes in your work, and you're sure to pick up the energy in the room. Throw yourself into the scene. Before you know it, you'll be done and in your car asking yourself, what just happened? That's an amazing feeling. So that is chapter 3 of The Lyndon Technique by Amy Lyndon. I think that, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what she means, for the most part anyway. I guess I think that if you miss the first moment, the opening moment, I don't think you should give up. I definitely think you should try to find that emotion after you've already started. Now that said, I don't do a lot of in-person auditions. I've only done a couple. Maybe like 4, 5, I don't know, 4 to 6 maybe. Because I do a lot of taping auditions, which for me is like oh my gosh, I'm totally cheating because I get so much more nervous in person. But since I'm auditioning for film stuff, I think it's okay because so far it's been okay. But definitely when I'm taping, I know what she means. If you miss it on the first line, it can definitely feel like crap. I am never going to get this right. But I think you should still try to recover if you mess up. But yeah, I do agree that it's going to be much better if you can find that before you start at all. And man, that's the thing about being an actor. Some of these things, these questions you have to ask yourself and these topics you're exploring are super duper freaky deaky, but I don't know. I hope that this is still relaxing enough. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so there's some acting information, some sage wisdom from Amy Lyndon told to you through me. There's this little eyeball at the back that says, I am enough. With a little bird in it. I think it might be from oh, I guess that's just the company. I wasn't sure if it was religious or something. So I hope that helps you with your acting quest and maybe falling asleep. Have lovely days and nights. Good night if you're going to sleep. Good night.